Hello and welcome to day 4 of the Big County Birdwatch, and I'm absolutely shattered. What about you, Steve?
Oh, mate, I'm absolutely shattered too, mate. I don't know how
do you know what? It would be amazing if we could just do this in our pajamas.
You know what, mate? That's a really, really good idea.
So right now, people are either going to be turning off or hopefully still watching. But genuinely, I'm so tired.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my goodness. But it's been brilliant. I mean, what a weekend. Seriously. It's just been an absolutely superb weekend. We've been lucky with the weather. You know, it could have been worse.
Yep, absolutely.
We've had some great walks around some great sites. And I think obviously the highlight for me has been so many people coming out to join us, which is great. So we're going to be talking about that in a bit, aren't we?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just been a delight the whole weekend. You know, from start to finish, it's just been brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it.
And I don't know about you, when I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm going to be like, nowhere to go now.
Deflated. We'll feel deflated.
Yeah. You know, it's just great fun. It really is good fun. It's hard work, but it's good fun. So
yeah, brilliant. Yeah, absolutely.
Right, shall we get on with it?
Let's kick off and
the final show.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So where have we been today? I can't remember. You know, someone was talking to me earlier on and saying, "Where were you yesterday?" And I actually said, "I don't know. I can't remember."
No, we've just been all over the place, haven't we? Literally.
Yeah.
I mean, you know. So yeah, we kicked off this morning down in the south of the county, at Two Tree Island. And I have to say, the weather wasn't great. Matt and I drove down this morning, or Matt drove me down, and it was heavy rain, light rain, heavy rain, light rain.
We got there a little bit early, didn't we? And we met up with a certain Mr. Terry Mulby, and we took a little picture, didn't we? So let's share that quickly. For those that haven't seen it on Twitter. You can actually see, because the kind of blurry soft focus effect is the rain on my phone. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we had our Mackie Donalds, and obviously, and we met up with Terry, and it was a bit wet and bleak, wasn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, it wasn't the best conditions. And in Matt's photograph, you said that you saw that yellow background. Well, that was a container we were sort of stood behind, and it was quite, although it was drizzly there and wet, it was all right. And then we stepped out from behind the container, and it was like full on gale. It was just horrendous.
But we had 18 people. I mean, on the way down, we were talking, weren't we? And we thought maybe, 6 or 7 or 8 people would turn up because the weather was not great.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a Monday morning and so on. But 18 people turned up.
Yeah, I know, it was phenomenal. We said, maybe 5 or 6 because the weather was atrocious. But yeah, 18 people. I mean, that just shows the dedication for those who came out.
Oh, definitely. And we had some good stuff as well, didn't we? What did we see?
So the tide was lowish. Or it just turned when we arrived. But yeah, so lots of waders. We had an enormous group of sorry about that. Widgeon. We had at least 2,500 widgeon out on the mudflats. And there was a big flock of Brent geese as well, wasn't there, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, there was probably 600 plus Brent geese, I reckon.
Yeah.
But the widgeon, we picked up some widgeon coming in, didn't we? And there was like maybe 30 or 40, and okay, there's some widgeon, that's good. And then about 20 minutes later, Steve scanned back along the mudflats, and he said, "Oh my goodness, what's that?" And he said, "Look at that flock of widgeon," and it was genuinely huge. Yeah, 2,500, and the birds just kept on coming in. So, I mean, we think maybe they're fresh in and they're just literally dropping onto the mud to feed, maybe.
It did look like that to me. They were just constantly head down, just feeding away. So yeah, that was a real highlight for me for this morning.
Because that's the thing, new birds coming in, if they've just made a migratory journey from somewhere, they've just flown, hundreds of miles, the first thing they want to do is feed, because they're absolutely worn out and they need energy. So it could be that.
Absolutely. So yeah, so we saw that. The tide was turning. We had a walk to the eastern end of the island where there was a few warblers and lots of quite a lot of swallows and a few house martins.
Mm-hmm.
And then we headed to the west side of the island, and where the tide was coming in pretty quickly, and we were greeted to a fantastic sight of lots of waders on the lagoon. So yeah, there were hundreds of black-tailed godwits, 23 greenshank,
Mm-hmm.
which was nice. Yeah, and it was just a real nice spectacle to watch the waders in really good light.
Yeah, definitely. We picked out some knot. There were avocet. We had a kingfisher.
Yep.
Kingfisher flew over the hide and kind of right down in front of the window. I think everyone saw it, and it called as it flew off. And what you could see was that azure kind of rump, which is just brilliant. But bird of the day, well, we'll come to that in a bit, actually, because I've got a couple of pictures to share from Two Tree. Have you got any Two Tree pictures?
You know what, I haven't, because the weather was so grotty, and my pictures didn't come. I took a couple of group shots, but they came out really horrible.
Oh, okay. Well, if I share just a couple very quickly.
Please do, Matt. I've got some for later.
Group shot to start with, and that's almost everyone. And we took this at the east end of the island, and it's just nice to see so many people. So many friendly faces, familiar faces now, members and non-members. It's just brilliant, really good fun. So thanks to all those guys and girls that turned out. Along the way out on the east walk, there was a kind of it's a little dike or stream, I suppose, and just picked out this little grebe, and there was a moorhen nearby, and just the picture looks quite funny. Obviously, the moorhen's feeding, but the expression on the little grebe's face, it looks a little bit concerned. So I just thought that was quite a funny picture.
Shot that is. I love that. That is brilliant.
Common gull. We had a beautiful common gull in the car park, and just stood in the puddle, and the sun was shining. And I thought, you know what, common gulls, maybe people don't look at them, but they're just great little gulls. Their expression, they're really smart, lovely bird. So that was nice. And then sandwich tern, and we had there was 10 sandwich tern in total, because there was one to the right of this little group.
Also, just to interrupt you, there's common tern in the middle there.
Oh yes, blimey, sorry. You know what? I've been editing two common terns.
Two common terns.
Two common terns. Oh my goodness! You know what? I've been editing this picture so quickly, I didn't even look at it.
Well, do you know what? Just before we saw these, I thought I saw a common tern, and I said to everyone, "Common tern," and then a sandwich appeared, and I thought, "Well, that's weird," but didn't really think anything of it, because I often get it wrong. And then, there you go.
Oh, well, you know, I saw the sandwich terns on the wooden groins or whatever they are, and I thought I'll take some pictures. So I had the camera up, and I didn't really think. I was just clicking away, and a couple more terns flew through. So I thought they must be sandwiched. I was just photographing, not looking at the species. So that just shows, and I've processed this so quickly just now, I didn't even look at it. I just made sure it was straight and got it ready for this. So, fantastic! That's another species for down there.
Nice. And also, that left-hand bird looks a little bit, I don't know, it's just optical illusion, but it looks smaller than the common tern in the middle.
Well, this bird here.
Yeah, this looks a bit. Anyway, it's probably optical illusion.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a short black bill. It looks about the same length.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah,
but yeah,
and the outer primaries as well. You've got the front edge primaries, dark.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're digressing here. we should have looked at these before, shouldn't we? Really.
Just goes to show everyone that we literally get in every evening, and this has been like that for the last 4 days. We get in, we have like an hour and a half to get ready, prep everything, and we don't always check our photos. So
and also, if anyone who knows me knows, I haven't really got a clue what I'm doing anyway. So there you go. So yeah, that was kind of, I think that was pretty much the extent of the birds at the Two Tree Island site. But we did have a quite a good bird, and it was found by Les Malloy.
Yeah.
And he found a wimbrel, which is really nice. Yeah. So he got a badge for finding the wimbrel, because that was obviously the bird of the walk. But not only did he find the wimbrel, he managed to identify the wimbrel as well. So he actually got 2 badges.
Hey, congratulations, Liz.
Yeah, because he said, Nick had found the pec stand but didn't identify it, so he thought he should have 2 badges for finding and identifying the wimbrel. So I'm not going to get involved with that. I'm just going to leave that there. But congratulations to Liz, and thanks for coming. That was really good fun. Right, where do we go next?
Oh, we got back to the car park a little later than planned, but because we're true professionals, we had a little bit of leeway factored into our day. So yeah, we headed over to Abberton, where we had we arrived about 1 o'clock or so, and we had a quick bite to eat in the centre where we met quite a few day trip participants. And then we thought we had about 15 people, which was, it was quite a nice number, especially because the weather wasn't too great. And then we sort of wandered outside to the car park to meet, and there were loads of people. And our final total for the day was we had 35 people today on our walk at Abberton.
I think that's most of them, but there were some that weren't in this picture, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was hilarious. We went down to Hyde Bay Hyde first, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
And for anyone that knows Hyde Bay Hyde, it's quite a big hide. You can get quite a few people in there, and it's got lots of viewing screens and seats and stuff. But how many did you have in there?
Oh, do you know what? I had 20 or something in the hide.
Yeah. And I think I had another 15 or so people outside on the path.
Yeah.
And there's one of the fence panels on the path has got a little bit there's a bit notched out of it at the moment, whether it's broken or whatever. And you can just about get a scope. You can kind of put your scope sideways and get it up and over. So I was trying, and the tripod's the width of the path. So I can hear you inside and people saying where things were. And I'm trying to find them on the scope sideways over this bit of fence. And then you're trying to get people onto them. And obviously you've got people of all sorts of heights there. So you're having to try to adjust the scope accordingly. I found, because you found, what was the first big wade you found from the hide, just to the right of the hide? New for the week end.
Oh, we had spoonbill.
Yes. So that was kind of asleep to the right, wasn't it?
Yep, which obviously was quite good for us in the hide, but for where you were, it wasn't so easy.
The only way we could see it is luckily you'd got the flap on the side of the hide open and the flap on the front corner of the hide open. So we had to look through both flaps, line them up like a precise, darts player or something, and managed to get the scope through the two and got people on it that way, which was quite good fun. But what else did we have down at Hyde Bay?
But yeah, so almost immediately from getting in the hide, we had 9 curlew sandpipers. And by far it was our best views of the weekend of those on our walks, because we'd seen them previously, but they were always a bit tricky and amongst dunlin and ring plovers. But these were just all feeding together with a couple of rough and black-tailed godwit. So that was really fab. But on the way to the hide, we had a nice hobby flew over, didn't we?
Yeah, I think Ollie found that. So big thanks to Ollie for helping out. And he picked that up in flight. And it was a bit distant, but you could still, work out the shape. And people were asking, how do we know that's a hobby? And it's good to kind of explain to people how to look for these things.
Absolutely, yeah. So
we had other raptors, I think, didn't we, as well, from the hide? Yeah,
we had a nice buzzard and several marsh harriers, causing a little bit of havoc. And there was also like great white egret around and lots of pintail, nice little flock of grey herons. And what else was there? I think that was probably it from the hide, I think, from what I remember.
Yeah, I think so. And then we kind of set back off, went back through the visitor centre and out through the car park.
No. Before that, Matt, just we had a nice peregrine on the.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yes, from the hill. Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. Yes. Yeah, we went back over the mound in the middle, didn't we?
Yeah, which John Norgate had very kindly lined it all up for us. So we basically walked up the hill. There it was, and then we headed down to the causeway in the centre.
Excellent. And then on the causeway, as we kind of made a slow walk towards Wig Bay. And what did we have off the causeway? Well, there was one particularly good bird, wasn't there? But
there was. So we were very lucky to have Abberton legend Daryl Rhymes with us today, who top birder, and obviously he, what he doesn't know about Abberton is not worth bothering with. And he's a really diligent observer, and he was just a little bit ahead of us, and he found a lovely sort of juvenile gargany, which was good because it's getting pretty late for gargany, and there were lots of teal there feeding along the edge. So he did a cracking job finding that. So that
Definitely.
was good.
And to be fair, I mean, I'd actually like to, I don't know if Daryl's watching, but I'd like to thank him because I managed to get a few words with him later on as we were walking along the causeway. And I said to him, you know what, I don't think I'd have found that myself. And he said it was a tricky one. You know, that's about as tricky as Gargany get. And he gave me a few pointers as to what to look for. In fact, I think I've got a picture of the bird here somewhere. So yeah, he gave me a few pointers. Hold on, let me just share this. And you'll be pleased to know my mouse is working okay tonight so far.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, he said it's kind of a bluer tinge to the bill that you can see, and the bill's quite a little bit larger than on a teal as well.
Yep.
Teal have a white mark along here usually near the tail.
Yep.
And it's normally either absent or very, very faint on a Gargany. Teal have obviously got the green speculum, which is this part of the wing, little patch in the wing. And he said to me that the Gargany's is brown.
Yep.
And I've not noticed that before, but luckily on this picture I took, you can kind of see it poking out. And of course, Gargany, the face is normally the thing, isn't it, Steve?
You've got that nice sort of stripy, you've got sort of like the stripes through the eye. And yeah, it's quite well marked face. Not probably the best marked face one we've ever seen, but it's still, pretty good.
Because don't they usually have a pale patch at the base of the bill, and it's kind of got a little bit, but not much going on there. So
yeah, I suspect
I
was just going to say that I suspect this bird's probably it's quite getting on developed now. It's probably starting to molt, or into sort of its first winter now. So
yeah,
I think lacking the spot.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just a good learning process. And I said to Daryl, well, how do you pick this out? And he said to me, I look at every single bird. Looks at every. So with me, if I saw 50 small ducks and I started looking at them and they were teal, I'd probably scan the scope through them and they're all teal, that's fine. And probably wouldn't look that closely. And Daryl, I think, would look at every single one individually just to make sure that it's definitely a teal before he moves on. So yeah,
absolutely. Good
tips.
Yeah.
Then what do we do?
So yeah, we wandered down to Billet's farm to have we've got to have an obligatory look at the wood pile, and there on the wood pile we managed to find the little owl. So although it wasn't particularly close and not particularly easy to see, but we had a reasonably good view through the scopes, which coincided with a little shower of rain, but only for a few seconds. So yeah, everyone was delighted with the little owl, and then we wandered into the Wigborough screen, or the Wigborough Bay hide, and we found the black-necked grebe. Well, there'd been two just before we arrived, and then they swam out of view. But luckily, we managed to locate one, which was really good. So we had all our good scope views of that.
And there you go.
Look at us.
I think Ollie on the very end there is trying to photobomb.
Excellent. No, do you know what? It was just great to see so many people today. It was just amazing.
Yeah, really, really good. So we got good views of the black. Well, I say good views, good but brief views of the black-necked grebe because it was quite active, wasn't it?
I've got some shots as well, Matt, but the old screen sharing's not enabled. If you wouldn't mind,
let's just enable that quickly.
Thanks, mate. Just so I can. And so I've just got a few shots from today. So we were as we walked over the causeway today, there were quite a few tufted ducks down really nice and close. So I thought it'd be rude not to photograph one of those. So that was quite smart. There were lots of pintail, which was nice. This one's been obviously dabbling in the mud there, so it's got a bit of mud and wet on the face. Here's a shot of the black-necked grebe.
Oh, well done.
A little bit long distance, but was quite pleased with that actually.
Yeah, well done, mate. That's good.
Considering how far it was away, and then we had a nice marsh harrier.
Lovely.
That sort of flew over the near the causeway on our way back.
Superb.
Which was always pleased to see. Great white egret.
Yep.
Again, very common around the reservoir. And then, as Matt said, here's the Gargany again.
Lovely.
Having a bit of a wing stretch. So yeah, so that's my shots from today. So which I'm pretty Please with
Yeah,
it.
I was going to say I've got one more to share, which we had the moorhen trying to eat a little grebe earlier on. So on the way back, I saw a great white egret trying to eat a coot on this one.
Excellent. That's nice. I like that. That's really good.
That's quite fun, I thought.
And so yeah, we wandered back, and the Gargany was even closer, was where we took those photos.
Mhm.
And then some people had to leave because it was getting on for like 4:30. So we were running. Do you know what? It was our last walk of the weekend. We let it overrun a little bit, which no problem. Everyone enjoyed. And then we made a bit of a, well, not a dash, but a drive round to the Layer Breton Causeway, where we all had really good views of the jack snipe once again. Again, it was showing bobbing up and down, doing all the jack snipey stuff. So yeah, that was, and do you know what? It was a real great conclusion to the weekend.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely brilliant. And one of the people that came along the walk, John Peacock, King Cobra 66,
Right.
he sent in a picture of the jack snipe, actually. So let's see if we can share that quickly. There we go. So I've got a nice shot of the jack snipe, just
Excellent.
kind of in the bottom of the trees. It's tucked away a little bit, isn't it? But it does come out every so often as a feed and then kind of wanders back in. So really great little bird.
Yeah.
And thanks for sending that in, John. And
Yeah, fantastic.
Good to see you today.
Yeah, and his daughter Jenny Lee was there today as well. So yeah,
Yes,
thanks for and she's a new member as well.
Oh, brilliant!
So thanks for joining. That is brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. And then what did we do? We came home, really, didn't we?
We came home, and well, as you watched these shows before or this last weekend, our timetable was we've been strictly adhered to. But we were home at 5:20 tonight.
It wasn't bad.
40 minutes early, which is rather good. So yeah,
we did okay. Yeah,
we did pretty good today.
Okay, so it's kind of all over apart from the rest of this show, and it's as we said earlier on, it's a bit sad, but we've seen some really good birds. We're going to have a run through of the totals and who's seen what in brief a bit later on. But there's not been really many other sightings throughout the county today, has there?
Quiet today. I think the weather's.
Yeah.
I mean, for me in the south of the county, apart from our 2 Tree Island sightings, there was a Dartford warbler reported at East Tilbury today, which is good. But apart from that, yeah, very, very quiet.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think up north, really, the only bird of note was Brian Combs picked up a yellow-browed warbler at the Naze, which is a good. There's a few of them coming in. There's been a handful, maybe half a dozen or so over the last few days. And we had a quick update from Paul Brayshaw as well. He said it was even quieter today offshore, with the rain stopping any early vismig, that's visible migration. He ended up with highlights of a single great skewer, a guillemot, and a hobby in off the sea. And he said, well done, and thanks to myself, Steve, and everyone involved in BCBW. So thank you, Paul. Thank you for your time on Friday morning when me and Steve came and did a bit of birding. It was great. And thank you for sending in your sightings, not just over this weekend, but like for all time, because you send in so many good sightings. It's a really good job you do over there.
Thank you, Paul. Yeah, so yeah, it was good, and yeah, I mean, it's brilliant. Great meeting Paul again. Yeah, so we had a blast of a time, and there's quite a few people watching tonight, Matt.
Oh, really? Okay, go on then.
Yeah, so they've obviously learned from watching England the other night that they're basically not worth watching, to be fair.
Okay.
So yeah, we've got. Let's have a look who we've got. Pete Dwyer says good morning.
Okay.
Okay, so
is he in Australia or?
Well, perhaps because we're in our pajamas, perhaps he thinks it's morning time.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay.
And yeah, John Peacock says it was nice to meet us today and everyone who was on the walk. So yeah, thanks for that, John. That was really great to see you as well. And the winner of the 2 Badge Award commented in. He said, "Have you got a couple of Ovaltine to go with your dressing gown?"
I might have in a minute. Wasn't there someone called 2 Badges? No, it was 2 Jags, wasn't it? Sorry.
It was 2 Jags Prescott. Yeah.
two Badge Malloy.
Matt's got his dressing gown on. Now, you really don't want me to stand up because I'm wearing a onesie. And
oh, go on. Give us a 12.
No. It will not be seen because it's very embarrassing. And yes. So yes.
Any other comments?
Yes. Moving quickly on. Perhaps Pete Dwight says perhaps you need Horlicks.
Oh, actually, that is my favourite. I do like Horlicks. Yeah.
Oh, I've not had that for years, Carl. So yeah, Jenny Lee Peacock, who we met with John today, she says, "Evening all, nice to see you today."
You too.
And she said that. Hold on, let's just find the message. She said she really enjoyed the walk, but she wore the wrong boots. She said platform soles are fine on concrete, but not great on uneven ground. So
yeah, but you know what? I'm not particularly tall, as most people know. So a pair of platforms might not be a bad idea for me. Actually, I'd be able to see over some of the fences and stuff.
Fantastic. Yeah. Hold on, let's have a look. Where are we going? Mo Jackson's watching. Evening, Mo.
Hi, Mo.
And Vince Briggs saying hello as well. So hi, Vince. Les Malloy again. He said the weekends really helped him with IDing waders in flight. He said with yourself and me giving pointers on plumage patterns and very helpful. He said so. Yeah, top stuff from him.
Good.
Oh, what else have we got then?
Excellent. It looks like Jenny Lee got some really good pictures of a heron on the Lower Breton Causeway.
Good.
So yeah, send them in. If you send them in the next 25 minutes quickly, then we'll put them on the screen. ebwstalks@gmail.com. So send them in and we'll pop them on the screen. And yeah, John Peacock said it was a really good day. Highlights was seeing the peregrine and the little owl. And on the way home, there was a buzzard doing an impression of a kestrel hovering just before billets. Buzzards do hover, normally into the wind, don't they?
Absolutely. Yeah. We've seen that a few times today, haven't we? Buzzards hovering quite low levels.
Yep. So yeah, it's good. Thanks for all the feedback as always, and thank you for watching. I know there's an England game on tonight, but to be fair, with the way they played on Friday, by all accounts, you're probably best off staying with us, I reckon.
We're far more entertaining than England, and
it'll be over quickly, and it won't be quite so rubbish. So.
Excellent.
Oh dear. Right. What's next? What are we doing next?
Yeah, so Terry Malby, we've got quite a few people commenting, which is great.
Oh, okay. Sorry, go on.
Terry Malby said, thanks for the weekend. It's been a great 3 days. He got home at 7 p.m.
Okay.
So, yeah, long day for Terry. Yeah, Jenny Lee said she's only 5'2".
Okay.
And she can never see anything because she's so short. So platform soles are the way to go then, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. Good idea.
Yeah, actually, Jan Lewis has asked. He said, following on from your comment on day one about wanting to do more sea watching, does the society have any plans to organise a sea watching event? Yeah, do you know what, Jan? That's a pretty good idea.
That's a great idea. Great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, watch this space. We'll see what we can do in the next. Well, I don't know whether we'll manage anything this year at sort of short notice because the sea watching season is sort of. Well, we're still there. There's still.
You know what? We will talk about this, obviously, but I've got a certain area in mind and a certain person that might be able to help us as well. So.
Me too, Matt. Me too.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. Anyway, right.
I've not been to Landguard for ages, so that would
be good. Talking to Jan, he sent in a message. He's put, "Hi, Matt and Steve. Sorry, I could not be at any of the walks. I've been watching the shows from Cornwall, though. So we've that's like almost international, isn't it?
Well, you need a passport to go there, don't you?
Yeah,
what a weird
amazing.
People in Cornwall.
So that's really good. So thanks very much for watching from Cornwall. He's put, he did manage a wet and windy dog walk this afternoon at Mill Meadows in Billericay on his return. 20 species logged, but it's the taking part that counts. Well, you know what? I think walking out, going for a dog walk and finding 20 species is pretty good, actually, to be fair, in my book. And he said, thank you to both of us for all the hard work we put in. And to be fair, I think probably for everybody that's put in all the hard work, it's not just us, there's people behind the scenes and people that have been leading walks as well. And Jan sent in this lovely picture of a chiffy.
Oh, that's nice.
There you go. Yeah.
That's good. Thanks, Jan. Excellent.
Not bad. Thank you very much. Excellent. And thanks for watching. Right. What are we doing next?
Well, I think basically, we've got.
Go on, sorry.
Well, I mean, obviously, what do you want to do? The totals for the weekend?
Well, no, I think we've got a couple of messages as well on the emails, haven't we? So
we have
Martin Potter and David L. Smith. So
we have.
Yeah.
So I'll kick off. Do you mean kick off? I'll kick off first. So David L. Smith emailed us this evening to say, evening guys. He says, firstly, a huge thank you to Matt and I for all our hard work, dedication, and enthusiasm. Which it's amazing how we can make it look like we're enthusiastic. Only joking. And for the amount of time that we've contributed both in the field and on screen.
Thank you.
He says, and recognition also for others who gave their time in leading guided walks, such as Jerry, Neil, Mark, Simon, Matt, and
Matt Lonsdale, and Alice. We've got a whole list of thank yous later on. So we've got loads of thank yous to do later.
So which were no doubt appreciated by all that attended. The numbers turning up for the various walks are indicative of how much they were appreciated. He said also a big shout out to Andrew Duckett, webmaster, who's doubtless been putting in large amounts of time and effort behind the scenes. So David, we were talking about the bird sightings, and he said the only disappointment was failing to find any thrushes. So we touched on that a little bit last night. He said possibly due to the locations chosen, his lack of spotting skills, or maybe there's, indications of population trends. He also had no great spotted woodpecker, despite an intensive search at Shutheath Wood this morning.
Wow!
But
okay.
It's interesting because you would expect to see them there. But his highlight was undoubtedly the overhead osprey at Mistley on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And then a close second was from his office window this morning, just after the rain stopped. Small flock of birds appeared: blue tits, great tits, long-tail tits, and goldcrest and coal tit.
Oh, brilliant!
Both were ticks. Those last two were ticks for the weekend. So thanks for David for sending that in. We really, we do really appreciate that. It's great.
Yeah, no, definitely. And picking up on what you said about the thrushes, as Steve said, there wasn't many thrushes reported through the weekend, and I very much doubt whether it's David's spotting skills, because David can pick out. I don't know if many people out there have met David, but when you go birding with him, he'll kind of say, "Oh, look, there's a skylark," and all I can see is sky, and then I hold the binoculars up, and all I can see is sky. So David doesn't need binoculars. His eyesight is kind of 60 times magnification naturally, I think, isn't it? So yeah, he's got very good eyesight.
You know what?
So there's just not many around.
I went out with David, and I had my eyes tested when I got back. True, 100% true. Because I thought there was something wrong with them, because I just couldn't see the birds he was seeing.
Unbelievable. Yeah. I think there's just some gifted. I mean, Glyn Evans again. He's naturally got superb eyesight as well, and my eyesight's not brilliant, and my hearing's even worse. So yeah, let's not get into that. But well done, David, and thank you. He's also sent in a photograph actually as well, which he said, "Is that the gargany?" Now I'm going to say it kind of looks a bit like it, but there's a bit of white on the tail, but then the way it's standing.
Yep. No, I'd say that was a teal. That one.
Yeah, it's too much white there. Do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and also there's not the pale blob on the base of the bill either.
No, it's got quite a thin, it's not quite that stocky bill. So yeah.
Teal. Okay, good stuff. So thanks for sharing that. Good. We had another message come through. So Martin Potter, who came on 3 of the walks, and he sent in an email saying, "Hi Matt and Steve, thanks to everyone who put together a great weekend of birding. I came along to 3 sessions and learned a great deal from it, and saw several birds that I would not have seen otherwise. Brilliant, well done all." So that's really good. And he's put his favourite sightings were goldcrests at the Maze, osprey at Mistley, and he managed to see the jack sniper at Abberton on the way home. So well done. Thank you, Martin. Thanks for coming.
Fantastic.
Yeah, glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. And ultimately, that's why we do it, isn't it? For people to, come along and hopefully join us, or get out and about on their own or with friends, and just get involved and go out and see some birds. It's just a great thing to do. It's a great hobby.
It's just so nice to share our knowledge, with other people. And, you and I, we're always learning all the time, but it's just so nice just to pass that on. And it's also just great to see smiles on people's faces when they've seen a new bird. Or, even today at Abberton, we were watching cormorants, big, a flock of cormorants feeding.
Yeah.
And it was just brilliant to watch.
Yeah, I mean, things like pintail, pintail are just such beautiful ducks. And you've got people that say, oh, where are the pintail? And you put your scope on a pintail. And I mean, I love, I've seen loads of pintail, obviously, over the last 5-6 years. And I'd quite happily stand and watch pintail all afternoon. They're just brilliant birds. So it's lovely that people can come along and enjoy that with us. And that's, for me, the most rewarding thing of doing all this. Absolutely. We've got another picture.
Oh,
James Hudson. And this is a little game we can, well, to be fair, I don't know who's watching or if anyone's watching that didn't come on the Abberton Walk this afternoon. So This is only for people that didn't come on the Abberton Walk. And this game is called Spot the Little Owl.
Funny name for a little owl.
Yeah, I know. So have you got the picture?
Yep.
Okay. So obviously we know where it is. But we'll see if I'll leave it on the screen just for a few seconds.
Okay, so the first person to send a comment in on the chat, I don't know. Matt,
you started the sentence, you've got to finish it.
Matt, we'll give you a pin badge next time.
Oh, okay, yeah, pin badge. As long as you didn't come to the Abberton Walk.
Yes, we know who came to the Abberton Walk.
We do, we've got all the names.
Yep, and their addresses and their phone numbers. No, we haven't really.
So yeah, 3, 2, 1, and that's gone. Okay, so that's a bit of fun. We'll reveal the answer later on.
Well, John Peacock says, "I can see it." Yeah, I don't think it quite works like that, but I suppose technically he has won.
Oh dear, that's funny.
Crikey. You can tell it. You can tell it's the end of the weekend, can't you? We're just being.
Yeah, we've got some comments. We've got comments, right? So, okay. So Jenny Lee said she'll have to put them on the computer first before she can send them in. So that's fine. Yeah, but send them across. We'll share them. Mo Jackson, sea watching, yay! I'm up for that. So that we're going to have at least one person come. That's good.
I'll be there.
Yeah, me too. Oh, hang on, Les Malloy. Sea watching sounds like a great idea. So that's 4 of us. Jenny Lee, terns are very common at Harwich Beach. If you're interested, Dad spent ages trying to find some, and I told him to go there. So probably going to be sandwich terns, I reckon, most of the time at this time of year, anyway, down the coast.
Yeah.
But you will get passage of common terns and little terns, and who knows, maybe something a bit more exotic, a roseate or something. John Peacock, Matt or Steve, have either of you been to Colne Point Nature Reserve? I know how to get to it, but the road down is horrendous. So have we been to Colne Point Nature Reserve, Steve?
Well, we might have gone on Friday, Matt.
Yeah. Yes. And was the road horrendous?
Yes, it was horrendous. Yeah, we popped down there in the evening after we'd been to Holland Haven, and to be fair, the road was horrendous. The weather was horrendous. So we went home early.
We got a grey heron, though, that we hadn't had at that point, didn't we?
We did see a grey heron. Yeah,
it was worth it.
It was a lovely grey heron, I have to tell you. It was
in all seriousness, yes, Colne Point is a little bit of a trek to get to. You do have to be careful if you're using the car park, because it floods. And I found that out almost to my peril about 3 years ago. I parked in the car park and started walking out, and the water was coming up, and I looked back and I thought, my car will be okay, that's fine. And then the water started coming in quite quickly, and then even more quickly, and I ended up literally wading back to the car, and the water was almost up to my door already. And so I kind of legged it out of the car park very quickly. So yeah, your car can kind of get a bit waterlogged if you're not careful. But the site itself is brilliant. Yeah. It's a really good site, and it's good for, well, what's it good for?
It's good for corn bunting, grey partridge, one of the best sites in Essex now for grey partridge. It's good for raptors in the winter. Often marsh harrier, peregrine, buzzard, merlin, pretty good for merlin in the winter.
Short-eared owl.
Short-eared owl sometimes. Yeah, the sewage works is pretty good for things like grey wagtail. There was a Siberian chiffchaff I vaguely last winter. Yep,
there was. And what else? Dotterel, a couple of years ago, I think. Dotterel in the sewage work. I mean, I've had 4 or 5 short-eared owls there at one point, just kind of quartering all the meadows. So yeah, really good site. Really, really worth visiting, definitely.
So yeah, good all the place to go.
Yeah, other comments. Pete Dwyer said, "Careful, Steve. We have members in Cornwall."
Sorry.
I'm sure they've all got passports. That's okay.
I apologise, and you're not all weird. Those who live in Cornwall.
What else we got? Thanks, guys. That's from Vince Briggs. Dave Smith. Perhaps you should have gone to Specsavers. Yeah, I don't think so.
Opticians are available.
Lots of other nice comments, so that's really good. Pete Dwyer. I think Pete Dwyer has found the little owl as well. So let's bring that picture back up very quickly, and then we can move on.
I think Mo Jackson might have beat him to it on the chat.
Okay, so if I'm going to put the pointer in the middle, you tell me where to go. Ready? Go.
Right, up, right, up, right. Stop.
There you go. So you've got a little owl just tucked in there. When you know where it is, it's pretty obvious. But to be fair, when you're looking at it from a distance, it isn't always obvious. So and they tend to stay quite still, don't they? And they're kind of the colour of wood. So yeah, it doesn't help. But
yeah, thanks to James for taking that excellent shot. That was really, really good.
Yeah. And thanks to James as well, because he helped out this morning at Two Tree also. So he was spotting things and letting people use his scope as well, which no one has to do that. So that's really kind, and thanks for all your help.
Yeah, much appreciated, James. Yeah,
definitely.
So I think Mo's the winner of the badge, I would say.
Okay, all right. Mo gets the badge.
Les Malloy said he says not fair because pin badges are hard won.
Okay, so what else have we got? Hold on. Oh, this is just to show very, very quickly. Let me just bring this up on my browser if I can. We've got emails coming in live, so you'll have to bear with me. Hold on. Here we go. This is from David L. Smith, and he said yesterday, just to show it does move around, and it's right in the middle there. There you go.
Let me just...
Yep. So again, when you know what you're looking for, you can find it fairly quickly. Just a little lump, a little grey lump.
Yeah, that's nice.
Excellent. Thanks, Dave. And we've got, one more very quickly. Oh, this is a nice one. This is again sent in from James. And we have, what do you reckon while I'm getting it up? What's it going to be?
You know what? I have no idea. Jack Snipe is
possible. Oh, well done. Oh, is that showing properly?
Yeah, brilliant.
There you go.
That's so nice.
Close up view, and look at the beautiful kind of sort of scalloped effect to the.
Oh, I love that.
The wing cover. It's absolutely stunning. Yeah, lovely. These big creamy lines as well, and the expression. The way I kind of judge their expression, they always look like they've got an eyebrow and they're a bit surprised.
I like that. That's good.
Kind of like they're going sort of
like. You would be if there was 25 people watching you.
Well, exactly. Maybe they're bobbing around.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, right. Okay, what's next?
So,
we do a summary.
Yeah, there's a few people up for a sea watch, so we'll try and sort something out on that.
Yeah.
Les Malloy says, "How do we post pics? If you send them for tonight quickly, if you get them into ebwstalks@gmail.com, but we're almost running out of time, so please get it in quick to Matt, and he'll hopefully show them."
If not, there's a gallery page on the Essex Birdwatching Society website. You can upload the photographs there. You just need to register on the website. You don't have to be a member. Anyone can do it. Just register on the website, put your sightings on, and put your photographs on.
Yeah, brilliant. Well said. So,
right, should we do some status update thingies? Hang on a minute.
Do some status updates. Yeah.
Right. Click there, and click here, and click there. Well, you can't see. We've both got about 20 tabs open on our computers. So
we have, our computers are full up with tabs, so we have to be careful
what we click on.
Open the right thing. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So these are. Should we do locations first?
Yep. So the winner of the location with the most species
is
Abberton Reservoir.
There you go.
Fantastic, with 108 species, which, to be fair, is pretty good. But East Tilbury, we spoke about East Tilbury the last few days, very close second. So well done for the East Tilbury birders.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think you could probably argue there's more people at Abberton than East Tilbury. So I think Tilbury's done brilliantly. Both sites are cracking sites. You've got one to the north of the county, one to the south. So wherever you live, one of those two sites should be within travelable distance, and they're both definitely worth a visit, as you can see. But other honourable mentions, Steve?
So yeah, so I think next one then we'll do the patch observers.
Yep, hold on 1 second. So I was going to say other sites that are definitely good ones, though. Obviously, Old Hall at 93, but Sunnymead, just want a special mention because basically that's Dave Dutton and Mo Jackson, and they're 52 species on Sunnymead, which I think is really good. Mersey Island as well. The guys on Mersey Island bird that regularly, and they've managed to get 58 species. And even us with two tree today. You know what? We had like, 2.5 hours on two tree. And we got, 75 species now with common tern.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, it just shows the birds are out there, definitely. Right, which one next?
So yeah, we'll go to patch rankings, if you may, please.
There you go. Click. And that looks like it's in order. There you go. Good.
That's really good. So yeah, so although it didn't win the best site, it certainly won the best patch. So yeah, so top four. So we're doing reverse order. So in fourth place, Elaine Swinney at Tilbury with 81 species, which is, phenomenal number. Ben Rumsby went to Abberton on Saturday, I remember, with 86 species. And then Steve's just pipped Elaine with 89 species.
Well done.
But the winner is Paul Wood with 93 species, which is really, really good. Yeah.
When you bear in mind the total for the weekend there was 105, and he's managed to get 93 of them himself. So yeah. That's brilliant. Good work.
Paul found the pectoral sandpiper on I don't even know which day of the week it was. Saturday morning, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Saturday morning. Yeah. So yeah, cracking effort by everyone involved there. And I mean, obviously Paul Brayshaw, 80 species from Frinton, which is basically from his door,
from his house. Yeah, that's he's basically, we've all been I mean, Steve and I have done like nearly 400 miles around Essex. My name's not on there because I haven't done my list properly, but you can see Steve's basically seen what I've seen, and that's in 400 miles. Paul's just kind of gone and sat on his balcony and said 80 birds, 80 species. So that's amazing.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, incredible.
Absolutely.
Right, what next?
And then we'll do the entries.
Individual.
So the individual winner of the bird, well, it's not a winner because we're not really doing it. We are doing a competition, but a bit of fun.
Yeah, bit of fun.
So the winner is.
Oh, hang on a minute, I've done it wrong. There you go. Hang on, sorry. There, it's that column.
So I don't count. Matt doesn't count because we're out birding all the time, so we don't even come anywhere near the competition. But Ben Rumsby, for the second year running, with 109 species on the portal. Which is phenomenal. Really, really well done.
Excellent.
Absolutely fantastic, that is.
Yeah.
So, congratulations, Ben. Well done.
That's real dedication. And all David Smith as well, because David doesn't drive. So he actually said on one of his messages, most of his birding this weekend, he's, I'll see if I can find the email actually, but he's seen 102 species, pretty much from walking. I think most of his birding has been done on foot. So yeah, really, really good. He's done 25 miles during the 4 days. He's walked, and 7 different locations, all on foot. So absolutely superb birding. Well done, David. A little bit of public transport to Misty, I guess, but everything else has been on foot, and that's over 100 species in 4 days. So that's brilliant.
It's fantastic. Yeah. So well done for everyone that's entered their sightings on the BCBW page, and also for those who have tweeted their sightings out, use social media. It's been brilliant. We've been sending out, retweeting stuff, and it's great to have so many people involved. So yeah, that's been really good.
Yeah, excellent. So we've got some thank yous, I think.
Yeah, we've got a big list of thank yous from this weekend's BCBW.
Okay, so
where do you want to go first?
Do you want to go first? Have you got the list?
Yeah, I'm just finding the spreadsheet. So firstly to the Birdwatching Society Committee, who obviously have been involved with the organisation of this. Thanks to them for supporting us, and especially to those who led other walks. So Neil Sumner, Mark Nowers from the RSPB, and obviously was on the committee as well. Simon Wood, Jerry Johnson, the society chair, Andrew Duckett, the webmaster, and then Matt Lonsdale and Alice Marlowe from the BTO. So they're those BTO youth representatives who did our walk for younger birders on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Who else there, Matt?
Yeah, so we've got organisations. I mean, the RSPB, they let us walk around Rainham Marshes and Bowers Marsh and Wallasey Island. The Essex Wildlife Trust, Hanningfield, Abberton and Fingringhoe. You know, a massive thank you to all of the staff, but particularly at the sites with visitor centres, because they really did look after us. Obviously, lots of people, lots of food, lots of drinks. They were really welcoming. They were busy, but they were excellent. So a big thank you to all of them. If you guys out there don't often go to these sites, please go and visit them. Please go and support them. Buy a cup of coffee, cup of tea and a cake and have a walk around, because there's loads of fantastic birds and wildlife there. So get out there and do it. It's really, really good fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who else, Steve?
Well, we have to thank our other halves, Matt, don't we?
We do, yeah.
So, Annette, if you're watching this, that's my name.
That's my name. That's for Tina, not Annette, obviously.
Yeah. So that's my name.
Yeah, I'll put this on. So I'm going to go and reintroduce myself in a minute, because basically I've been living in my bedroom and my car for the last 116 hours or whatever 4 days is, and 96 hours, sorry. And I think you're pretty much the same, Steve. It feels like 116 hours.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've been out birding all the time, so thanks to the girls for, like, you know, just keeping everything running, making sure that we're fed and watered when we get home, and just for their support. It's been really, really appreciated, I have to say. So you're both stars.
Definitely. Although, to be fair, when I got back home, Tina did say to me she quite enjoyed the time without me. And when's the next one?
Could it be a 7-day Big County Birdwatch?
Yeah. Can we do a month? Big County Birdwatch month. Yeah.
Be good. Well, I'm up for that.
Oh yeah, you know what? I probably, if I could get the time off work, I would. Yeah, definitely. But I think the biggest thank you, without a shadow of a doubt, is to you guys. Because at the end of the day, we wouldn't do this if it wasn't for you lot out there coming along to the walks, watching the show that we're doing now, birding on your own or with your friends, putting all your sightings onto the website, and just getting involved. You know, you're sending us the pictures and videos and messages. That's the only reason we do this, because if it wasn't for you guys, me and Steve would just be going bird watching for 4 days anyway. So you guys make all the difference. The whole event is about encouraging people to come out bird watching and get involved with the society. And you've all done brilliantly this weekend, and just a massive thank you to all of you. So yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks guys and girls. I mean, obviously we've seen people, some people have come on 1 walk. We've had people that have come on 5 walks. You know, it's just been brilliant. I can't thank you enough, really. It's made Matt and I's weekend, really.
Without a doubt.
You know, absolutely. I know we were joking earlier, we're both exhausted, but I'd do it all again tomorrow, just like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I don't know if I'd do 13 sites in one day. That might be a bit too much, but I know what you mean.
but can I just say, Matt, thanks to you as well, mate, because, you know, I couldn't have done this without you.
Yeah. Well, same with you. I mean, at the end of the day, you've done the posters, you've led the walks, you find the birds at the end of the day. I mean, I know what most of the birds are, but you know what they all are, and you can hear them and see them better than me. So if it wasn't for you, the people that come along to the walks wouldn't see the stuff that we're seeing. You know, you find most of the stuff. It's what you do. You're really good at it. I've enjoyed your company the last 4 days. It's been absolutely brilliant. So thank you.
Should we meet at McDonald's in the morning?
Well, I was going to say the biggest thank you is to McDonald's, because without McDonald's, I think we probably would have both expired by now. So, Big Macs and well, not Big Macs, but double sausage and egg McMuffins have kept us going, I think, haven't they? So,
out there's our start to the morning, and it keeps us going pretty much through the day. A little bit of caffeine as well, and but no, also, you know, Matt spends a lot of time with the admin side, so there's emails coming in, photographs coming in. He's, you know, behind the scenes, he's saving all this stuff, organising it all. He's the king of spreadsheets.
I don't know about that.
I'm going to get my spreadsheet framed tomorrow. I said, it works, the two of us and all the other members of the committee and society.
Yeah.
We're a great team. So thank you, everyone.
Yep. We've talking of emails. Michael Rumsby, Ben's dad, has said Ben is on 118. So was he on 117? Has he seen a new species while we've been talking?
Hold on, let me have a look, because I think he may well have been out tonight. I did see a message earlier, but I was a bit. Okay. So he spent the end of the day getting a couple of extra species, a ringneck parakeet and flyover bullfinch.
Oh, that's good.
And then he finished up the last few minutes down at Rainham along the seawall where he had bearded tit.
Oh,
so
well done.
Yes. So 118 species, which is phenomenal. But he managed to miss sparrowhawk.
Okay.
Most warblers, no seabirds, which we spoke about the lack of seabirds this weekend.
Yeah.
No tawny owl, knot, sanderling, common sand, partridge, or raven.
Wow.
So
we didn't get common sand, did we? Or thrushes?
No.
And it's weird. The stuff, the common, the pretty common stuff that hasn't been seen. It's weird, isn't it?
Absolutely. So So
we've had an email from Les Malloy, and he said just a picture of the Abberton kingfisher, but he hasn't attached it. So I'm afraid one of those badges is going to have to be confiscated. You're back down to one badge, Les. Sorry, mate.
Excellent. Oh, poor old Les.
Just for the record, just to set things straight, he didn't actually have the both badges. He's kept one badge, so it's one badge each. So I think Les and Nick are equal, just to calm everything down there. Yeah.
Yeah. So
just a bit of fun.
So Big County Birdwatch news. So next year we are back, which hopefully you will all be pleased about. But we're back at different time of year. So the committee thought we'd have a little bit of a change, and we like a bit of change just to freshen it up a little bit. So we are back from Friday the 5th to Monday the 8th of May 2023. So completely, different season. Going to be a great warblers, dawn chorus type thing, spring migration. So put those dates in your calendar, and all the information is on the Essex Birdwatching Society website, which is ebwstalks.org.uk, and then look at our events, and the Big County Birdwatch will appear soon after the details for this one.
Definitely. And field trips as well. We've got some field trips coming up. So we've got next month Gunners Park.
Yep.
That's Shoebury Ness, isn't it? Gunners Park.
It is. So it's just east of Southend. We're going to be there on Sunday, the 16th of October. It's a self-drive trip. So drive yourself. Meeting at 9 o'clock in the main car park. So if you just look on Google Earth, there's also a postcode. If anyone wants to make a note of this, it's SS3 9FD. But the information will be on the Birdwatching Society website. Great little site. Matt and I have been there quite a lot of times. Good for migration. Good for looking for seabirds, waders, warblers. Yeah, it's just a good all-round site. So well worth spending. We'll probably be there for certainly the morning and early afternoon, maybe, depending on what's around.
Yeah, no, definitely. And then on the 20th of November, I know it's a little way away, but the reason we're mentioning it now is because the coach is over half full already. We've got a coach trip leaving Chelmsford at 7 a.m. This is an earlier start than normal. So it's a meet at 6:45. Details on the website again. And we're going up to the North Norfolk coast to the fantastic site at Titchwell. And Titchwell at that time of year is truly excellent, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So we're hitting the reserve at probably one of the best times of year. So great for sea duck, like long-tailed ducks, common and velvet scoter, maybe purple sandpiper. It's just great for hen harrier on the marshes, loads of waders, wildfowl. It's just a brilliant place. Good little cafe as well. Yep.
They've redone the lagoony bits there as well, I think, haven't they? Sort of sculpted them, so they're even better than they were before, and they were pretty fantastic before. So yeah,
absolutely.
If anyone wants to be kept up to date of our field trips, events, and such like, you can if you want to. Hopefully, can you see it on the screen there?
You can. Thank you.
Okay, so this is just the bottom of, I think it's the bottom of every page on our website. There's the subscribe part here, and it's a MailChimp thing, and all you've got to do is put your email address in. You don't have to put your name in. You can if you want to, of course, and then just hit the subscribe button. And if you do that, you're going to be kept up to date with details of indoor talks, which we have one next Friday, as well as the walks and bits and pieces. So as I mentioned, there's an indoor talk I think it's next Friday, isn't it? It's the first Friday of the month.
The first Friday of the month, which is Friday the 7th of October.
Yeah, and it's
I was just going to say, so if anyone's got a fixture card, the event has changed. There's been a slight change to the subject and speaker. So if you visit, as Matt said, if you visit ebwstalks.org.uk and look at the events, it's Jonathan Forgum talking about Sri Lanka.
Yep, and when we say sorry, it's the 7th of October. I don't know if you said that, Steve. Sorry. So it's next Friday, not this Friday. Yeah.
Oh, next Friday. Sorry.
Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah. So he's talking about Sri Lanka and the wildlife of Sri Lanka. So well worth a talk, well worth a visit. Sorry, driving down. It's in Chelmsford at what time does it start? 8 o'clock, isn't it? I think.
8 o'clock, yeah. So I think it's kind of get there for 7:30 or 7:45. We have a bit of a chat beforehand, and then sit down for 8 o'clock, and the talk will start then. So that's going to be a good one.
Excellent. So so a couple more comments. Mo Jackson really enjoyed the weekend. Plans to do all 4 days next year. Which is great. Many thanks to everyone.
Brilliant. Just quickly, I've got an email. Looks like we've got to give Les his badge back. There's the Kingfisher picture. There you go.
Excellent.
Well done, Les.
Nice.
Very good. Yeah, nice.
Really good.
Thanks,
John Peacock. Thanks for today, Matt and Steve. It was great to meet us both, and he looks forward to BCBW 23 and visiting various sites over next year. John Norgate, who helped us out today, he said, thanks both, really enjoyed it. He'll be reporting from Mallorca next year.
Wow.
I don't think that's good enough, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Is
that like a long term, or is that just during the Big County Birdwatch?
I think he's on holiday.
So, okay, good. I was going to say, I hope he's not going over there permanently. I'd miss him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking of John, actually, I forgot to just thank again. Obviously, we'd already said thanks to John, Ollie, and James for helping out today, but a big thanks to Darryl Rhymes, not just for helping out today and finding that gargany, but just a huge thanks to him, because he puts in so many hours at the Naze. Not at the Naze, at Abberton. I'm getting my Darryls mixed up. So he puts in hours and hours at Abberton. He covers the whole reserve. He puts in a lot of time at Hanningfield as well. He finds loads of good birds. He's, really nice guy, and he's happy to share his knowledge as well, his expertise. So just a huge thumbs up and big thank you to Darryl. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Darryl. Yeah. So, Matt, we've overrun a bit, but
we have. So we're going to finish off just very quickly before we say goodbye. We do have fun doing this, don't we?
You know what? We do have fun. Just quickly before we go.
Okay.
For those who subscribe to the YouTube channel, and if you don't subscribe, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Matt and I are back. Birds of Essex is back in October. We're back. So more rubbish from us again. And all being well, it'll be Friday, the 28th of October. So, but again, if you're on the mailing list, you'll receive details of when we're on.
Okay.
And then over to you, Matt.
Yeah, so we have a lot of fun doing this. And on Saturday, if you were watching, Jerry Johnson, the Society Chair, joined us for part of the show just to tell us how he got on at Hanningfield. Well, we had a short prep session at about 7:45 before we started, just telling Jerry when we were going to bring him in and such like. And during the prep session, Steve went to get a drink of water. And when he came back, his microphone had gone really, really weird. Something had happened. And he basically sounded like a Smurf, which is quite funny. So I thought, I'm just going to press record and see what happens for the next minute or so. So some people may have already seen this on my Twitter account because I've tweeted it. But for those that haven't, hopefully this will work. Hold on. Can you see that? You probably see a blank screen, Steve?
Yes, blank screen.
Okay. So people might need to turn their volume up. Hopefully this is going to work first time, fingers crossed. Here we go. Right. Okay, Steve, do you want to come out? Do you want to start, come out and come back in? I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
Should we both talk like that when he comes back in?
Yeah.
Right. That's brilliant. That's so funny.
It's only when he came back up the stairs. So
Hang on. I don't know what's happened.
no,
Maybe
you're
he put some tighter trousers on. I don't know. Hang on.
Here he comes.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's just like it was before.
Can you hear me okay?
He's fine.
So,
Oh, that is brilliant. Oh, I've got tears in my eyes.
so funny.
Oh, crikey.
And that's just a little idea of exactly how unprofessional we are and how much effort goes into doing it.
Oh, mate.
That was funny.
Crikey.
That was funny.
Oh, it was brilliant. Oh,
So yeah, I think on that note, that's probably it for 2022.
excellent.
So thank you, everyone. It's been absolutely brilliant.
It's been a
I'm
blast.
crying tears of laughter, but they're probably tears of
too.
joy as well. So yeah, or tears of sorrow for missing BTBW. So yeah, it's been brilliant. It's been
Yeah,
brilliant.
thank you to everyone. Yeah, and yeah, we look forward to next year, bigger and better. And
Yep.
hopefully I'll get my microphone sorted by then.
Yeah. The only thing I'm not sure about is are McDonald's open early enough to get a Mackie D's before dawn chorus? We need to research that.
It's very true. I'm sure there's a 24-hour one.
Watch this space.
Watch this space. So
Thanks,
thank
everyone.
you.
If we've missed any comments or anything, apologies. But obviously, we're doing this live. We're well over time, so we've got to go now. And obviously, we're ready for bed. So yeah, I'm off to bed now, mate.
Right there. I need to get this onesie off. I'm sweltering underneath here.
You do look a bit red, actually.
Yeah, I'm really hot.
Right. Nighty night, everyone. Thank you
Good
for
night,
coming.
everyone.